It is not difficult at all, but I would suggest to anybody who was interested in coming to Africa, do a little research, figure out what country you want to visit. I happen to be in love with Ghana.
We are good people. We have good hearts. The only thing that happened to us is what happened to us, and we got to wipe that out. So now we got to share it with our brothers and sisters here that we've come back home and show them who they are and why they should, start taking control of their lives, because it's ours to do. The Creator, the civilization started here. So all the mess that has happened here is because of who came here and lied to us.
Hello viewers, I have with me a wonderful African American family living in Ghana, and I'm going to have some conversation with them. But first of all, I'm going to ask them their names. They will tell you their names, how long they have been in Ghana, and how life has treated them since they came here in Ghana. What are some of the good experiences and some of the challenging things they have had to go through? And if you ever considering relocating to Africa, some of the things that you need to consider. So first of all, can you tell us your name, sir?
My name is Jerome Thompson. I'm from the state of Maryland, outside of Washington, D.C., and I've been here for 17 years.
17 years?
17.
Wow. And madam, can you tell us your name?
My name is Yvonne Hairston Bransom, and I'm one of those, I guess you call flybirds, where I stay here 6 months, and then I go back to Washington, D.C. in 6 months. My children, my grandchildren, I have one great-grandchild is there. So I go back and forth.
Wow.
My name is Charles Branson. I'm Yvonne's husband, and we travel together.
Wow. This is amazing. So they currently live both in Ghana and the US, and I'm going to ask them, what has the experience been since you have been here? What do you love about living in Africa? You have been here 17 years, and you still live here.
Yes.
So it's possible to live in Africa.
Absolutely. If you can live in America, you can live anywhere. And this is better than living in America, but I didn't know that.
Tell me your story.
I was born like everybody else. No. I have a terrific sense of humor.
Yeah.
I never knew that much about Africa. They never taught it to us in school. They may have showed it to us on the map, and that was it. But we knew nothing about our people. In fact, when I was growing up, I had pictures of my great-grandparents, grandparents, and parents. And I thought that maybe they dropped off the sky or something like that, because I couldn't go back any further than that. I didn't know anything about my families other than that. And once I came to Africa, which is in 2000 for the first time, when I landed here and got off the airplane, I mean, it was awesome, exciting, because you look out there and you see all these people that look like you.
You mean as soon as you landed from the aeroplane, you felt something different?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Because I had come home, and I'm sure there was the ancestors and everything else speaking to me saying, welcome home. So when I walked outside and I saw all these people that looked like me, it was just mind-boggling. It almost reduced you to tears, really. It could. And I can remember, I tell people when I was riding down the main street of Accra, because they took you on the bus to take tours, and you look out the window, and you see people walking down the street, and they look so much like you, because we look alike, we're relatives. And I saw a lot of people of their facial features that looked like people had died. I said, well, to myself, as an adult now, 60 years old, maybe this is where we go when we die. So I said, oh, there is that life after death.
Yeah.
But that's not the truth. But anyway, When I came here, I came with the intentions to build a home.
Okay.
When I moved here in 2004, that's what I was coming to do, build a home and live here. And that's exactly what I have done.
And you've done that.
I've done it.
Thank you so much. I have Miss Yvonne here telling us her story, her first experience in Ghana when she landed, and how it has been with her. She lives here and in US, but then how it was for the first time and the experience of being here, what she likes and what are some of the challenges and everything. So let's listen to her.
Well, I came here following Jerome, and my first experience was when I got off the plane. It was, I can't really explain it. It was like, I'm home. This is where I'm meant to be. This is where I want to be. I don't have to travel anymore. I've been to Argentina, I've been to Barbados, I've been to Haiti, I've been to the Dominican Republic, plenty of places. I never got that same feeling. I hate heat and humidity. That's why I come in June when it's the wet season, and I leave in December just before it gets really hot. And this is my kind of weather. I like this, and I enjoy that. But when I first came here and got off the plane, the heat just smacked me in the face. It was so hot and so humid. But yet and still, there was something that let me know I'm home, I'm here. And I knew I was going to try and build a house. It took 2 years for my husband to decide to come back. I kept asking, come on, let's go back. Let's go and see Jerome. Let's go back. No, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. So I waited 2 years for him to make up his mind, and he hadn't. So I said, I'm leaving. I'm gone. I'm buying my ticket. I give you 2 weeks. I'm gone. So he decided to come. He decided to follow. And we've been coming back and forth ever since. It's been a wonderful experience. There's some bad experiences like any place else in the world. There's some bad experience and there's some good experience. The good experience, thank God, outweigh the bad.
Awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So, how significant is it for a diasporian to visit the motherland? Share with me your experience and tell them anything you want to say.
It is not difficult at all, but I would suggest to anybody who was interested in coming to Africa, do a little research, figure out what country you want to visit. I happen to be in love with Ghana. Now you can rent an apartment, arrange your tours. I would come with no less than 2 weeks, for at least the minimum of 2 weeks, but if you can, for a whole month. Visit different parts. Figure out where you want to be, how you feel, how it makes you feel. It took me only one trip to figure out where I wanted to be, and I set my sights. I wanted to build a home. I knew I wanted to be here for 6 months. And I did it. It took me 2 years, but I did it. And one thing great about it, you can design your own house. I designed my own house. And it's a great feeling to live in a house that you want, that was made especially for you. That can be done. One thing I enjoy here, and I'm sure most people will, are the people. They're very, very friendly. And like any people, they're good and bad. Don't get me wrong, they're good and bad. But you have an opportunity to isolate yourself. In the sense of the word isolate, I'm a country girl. I was born in Maryland in the country, and I'm here in the country. I like visiting across when there's all as many peoples and shops and buildings and so on. But I prefer when I relax to be here at the ocean. I could never afford, I don't believe in hardly any other country to have a home directly oceanfront. I couldn't afford it. Here, as of today, the US dollar for $1 is 5.7. So you multiply that by the cost of building a house, the square footage in the US. You can have a beautiful summer home here. beautiful. You can have what you want. You can have people to come in and help you with your cleaning, help you if you need health care, or help, I should say help, and getting around. You can have all that at a reasonable cost. So to me, that's ideal. I'm getting older and I need assistance. I'm fortunate. I have a wonderful property manager who lives in a house right there on my property, who takes care of my house. When I'm gone, he has a family, so I take care of his family. So what better situation can you ask for? You have, if you're a religious person, you have just about every denomination here that you can find a church to go to. You don't have to go to church if you don't want to, because believe it or not, the Creator has made all this. All you have to do is sit there and you know that the good Lord's been here. He has blessed this entire country. He has blessed Africa. As Jerome said, they have every resources that you can think about. It's here. It's here in Africa. You just have to come and find it. That's it. And find yourself in the process. That's all.
I love all that can be done and is being done so far. And just like the young man that we have that's on the property when we're not here, he's just like an adopted son, which in the U.S. I did adopt one son. So that, I say, will be my second. And we get along tremendously. I have dynamite time with his kids, his other half and all, so I'm happy with it. Only thing hurt me, I'm sick.
Are you having good health? Are you being taken care of well? Because in the US all the facilities are there, and that is one of the major things that people worry if they come into Africa. What am I going to do with my health care? Are there hospitals? Are there places that you can go to take care of you?
Yes, there is. And so far, cross my fingers, it's holding up good.
It's holding up good.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
May I say something on that?
Yes, please.
Before Charles, before he came here, he had a lot of health issues. And he was getting to be very depressed. 2 weeks after we arrived, he was a new person. How, I don't know. I can't say. But his health improved. He was beginning to move more. The healthcare facilities here, I would imagine 10 years ago, were horrible. As far as I'm concerned, coming from the U.S., they were pretty bad. They were pretty bad. Now you've got hospitals that are just like the U.S. You've got clinics, and one clinic I'll give a shout out for is the Luca Clinic. It was built and maintained by some African American doctors from the U.S. who came here and built the clinic, and this is the one that we utilize. But a friend of ours had COVID-19. She was in the hospital in Tema. What's the name of the hospital?
International Maritime Hospital.
She said it was better than any hospital she's been in the U.S. and her brother's a doctor. So the health issue here in Ghana, I don't know about the other country, but in Ghana, has improved vastly. Vastly. You don't have to be as concerned as you were. So I can tell you from my husband, the lack of stress, being out on the ocean, having Jake take care of everything for him, it's done. All he has to do is sit back, relax, and get better. And he's doing that. He's doing it. Very nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I would just like to add too, I'm a veteran and I had gotten ill here, but now I found out that I can have all my medical here that I have in the States, and VA will take care of it. So I'm looking into that. But I had mentioned that to Luca, and they said they were going to check into it. But I found that's quite good. So if you're a veteran, and there are a lot of Ghanaian veterans here. I was flying back to the States every year for a physical and stuff like that. To this point now, I don't have to worry about that. That can be taken care of here. So I mean, you know, the world is changing, and it's changing for the better. Ghana has got a lot of things to learn because of what happened to them. You know, we think that slavery was something, but when they mind control is just as bad as slavery. You know, it's another form of slavery, really. And now I'm looking at the youth here, and I'm in hopes that they will, you know, start to bring about change here. I mean, because if you look at on the internet and everything, look at all these kids now that are 7 years old, 12 years old, 15 years old. They're geniuses. They're born geniuses. And this, I guess it was last week where the young lady received a scholarship to, was it Yale or Harvard, for $40,000 a year. And this, they gave it to her. She didn't know anything about it until commencement when they announced it. She got up, went up on the stage and told them that there was someone else in the audience that could probably need that money more so than her. And it's not that her parents are rich or anything, but she said, and she got scholarships to Yale anyway, but she was not so selfish that she was to take it. She passed it on to someone else. She got standing ovation. We are good people. We have good hearts. The only thing that happened to us is what happened to us, and we got to wipe that out. So now we got to share it with our brothers and sisters here that we come back home and show them who they are and why they should, you know, start taking control of their lives, because it's ours to do. The Creator, the civilization started here. So all the mess that has happened here is because of who came here and lied to us. But that's okay.
What will you say has been the biggest transformation with this connection with Africa? Your biggest transformation that you have had in your life?
Less stress. Yes, less stress. I should say no stress, but I would say less stress. Being able to relax. In the States, you know, if I were to sit still for half an hour, so there's something that I know there's something I should be doing and I'm not doing it. Here, sit back, relax, get in my hammock, cool out. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. It's been wonderful. It does so much for your health, for your mental state. It's great.
So mental state,
Physical,
less stress,
go for a walk.
go for a walk, talk with nice people,
That's right.
sit in front of your ocean view house,
That's right.
and enjoy life.
Absolutely.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to enjoy this kind of life, why don't you try visiting Ghana or any African country, see what they've got for you. But I believe that it is necessary to add it to your bucket list that you will take a pilgrimage to Africa, because there is so much you can learn, because there is a lot of connection that can be made. There is a connection and reconnection. There is going to be a healing process. Some of you will begin to discover, rediscover who you truly are and what you can achieve. Some of you, that illness you think you had, all you needed was a vacation. So take a vacation, especially after the COVID. Take a vacation, make a difference, and you see a change. See ya.